this video, let us look at water quality standards and water disinfection problems and solution. Okay. So we will give you a specific case and you will have to solve it. Okay. This video assumes that you have already visited our horrocks apparatus video and learned how horrocks apparatus works and what exactly is there in the apparatus and what exactly chlorine demand, how to calculate chlorine demand, how to disinfect a well, right? What is horrocks apparatus? So procedure, all this hopefully you have seen, right? Now we will come to the problem. Okay. So they are saying here that the third cup in horrocks apparatus giving blue color. So which cup is showing blue color? The third cup. So this is the first cup to show the blue color. So third cup shows blue color. They are saying in the question, horrocks apparatus, third cup shows blue color. So if third cup shows blue color, you need 3 spoons, right, of bleaching powder, right? That means 6 gram of bleaching powder is required for 455 liters of water. Now you have to calculate how many liters are actually there in that well. So from this part of the question, we already got this much information. Now continuing the question, let us see. Third cup in horrocks apparatus gives blue color when the indicator is added. Which indicator? Starch iodide, right? Calculate the quantity of bleaching powder required to disinfect a well 2 meter in diameter, 5 meter in height. So the well is what? What is the dimension of the well? 2 meter in diameter and 5 meter in height. Okay, this is the information about the well. So you have to write the amount of bleaching powder, and also they are asking for the steps of disinfection. Anyways, now what is the volume of the well? So how will you get volume? Pi r square, right? Pi r square by, that's it, pi r square. So if we have to write pi r square h, this will give you the volume. So pi is what? 3.14, and here they have given you diameter, not the radius. So we will just take it as a radius as 1. So 1 square will be 1 itself, right? So we'll just remove that. Height is 5 meter. So you will get the value as what? The volume will become 3.14 into 5, that is 15.7 into 1000 liters. Okay, take it like that. So it will be 15.7 into 1000 liters. So that will become 15,700 liters of water are there in that well. Okay. So did you understand this? Is it clear? So if you have understood this, then we will move forward. So basically we are trying to disinfect a well. We came to know the volume of the well, right? And we came to know that the horrocks apparatus indicates the third cup shows blue. So you will have to add 6 grams for 455 liters of water. In the well there are 15,700 liters of water. So how much, what is the chlorine required? So basically the required amount of bleaching powder will be, so it is like this. If 455 liters need 6 gram, how much does 15,700 liters require? So that will be 6 into 15,700 divided by 455. So let's do that now. 6 into 15,700. Okay. 6 into 15,700, that is this, divided by 455. So we need 207 gram of bleaching powder. Okay. Bleaching powder required is 207 gram. Okay. So what are the steps of disinfection they have asked? Steps of disinfection you will have to explain now. Okay. Is this clear? So now we are going to steps of disinfection. We have already seen in horrocks apparatus video the procedure and all that. Do you remember? We have seen the procedure. So basically the required amount of bleaching powder for disinfecting the well, the required amount of bleaching powder required for the disinfection of the well is placed in a bucket. Okay. So you will place in a bucket, you will place this much bleaching powder. Actually, they are saying don't place more than 100 gram in one bucket. So here you might need 2 buckets, okay? 2 or 3 buckets you will need here. So you will keep the bleaching powder in the bucket. Now what you will do, you will make it into a thin paste, right? By adding water, obviously. And then what you will add, you will add some more water till the bucket will become 3/4 full. Okay, so there is a bucket here. In the bucket, you will add this bleaching powder and then you will make it a fine paste. Then you will add additional water here till 3/4 of the bucket, right? The contents are stirred well. Now you will stir everything and you will allow it to sediment for 5 to 10 minutes. So now you are allowing it to sediment. You will allow it to sediment for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So till this settles down. So the supernatant solution has the chlorine. Where will the chlorine be? The chlorine is in the supernatant solution, right? So you will take the solution only and transfer it to another bucket. Okay. And whatever is there down, this chalk kind of thing, chalk lime, you will discard. So you will take only the water, guys. Please pay attention here. You will take yet another bucket and take only this chlorine water. Okay. So this is something very important. You will not just put the bleaching powder, right? You will actually take this chlorine solution, put it in a bucket. You will discard the chalk lime, right? Now the bucket which contains the chlorine solution is lowered into the well. So you will take this bucket which has the chlorine solution, right? And you will take this chlorine solution bucket and lower it into the well, some distance below the water surface. So where are you putting this? You're putting it into this well, right? That bucket is going where? With the chlorine water, it is going inside this well. Okay. The well water is agitated by moving the bucket. So you will move the bucket in this well. You will move the bucket violently, horizontally and vertically. You should do this several times so that the chlorine solution will mix with the water inside the well. Obviously, this we will do. Then you will allow 1 hour of contact period before the water is drawn. So you should not use this water for 1 hour. For 1 hour, you should leave. After that, you can use the water. Okay. So this is the procedure. So we are done with the first water problem here using Horrock's apparatus. So this is a community medicine. So they will give you a question like this. You will have to solve it. So one we have done. Similarly, so many can be done. So just to summarize, you just see from the Horrock's apparatus which one shows blue color. Calculate the amount of bleaching powder required for 455 liter of water. They get the volume of the water body and then you would calculate the bleaching powder required and then you write the steps of disinfection. Okay. Just some other things that you should know is which indicator is used in Horrock's apparatus. Freshly prepared starch iodide is used as indicator. You can see that here. Possibly it is this one. Okay, the dark bottle. Okay. Freshly prepared starch iodide is the indicator. Okay. How much contact period is recommended? So 1 hour, right? 1 hour of contact period is recommended after you put the bucket in the well, right? So before you use the water from the well, 1 hour of contact period you should give. Then, if Horrock's test is not available, then how will you estimate the bleaching powder? So if Horrock's apparatus is not available, then roughly you will put that we have seen here in Horrock's apparatus. Before itself we have seen. Roughly we put 2.5 gram, that is 33% chlorine, that bleaching powder which will have 33% chlorine, right? So that bleaching powder 2.5 gram you will put for 1000 liter of water. Remember here water should be clear and all that. It should not have any organic matter, right? So roughly bleaching powder, how much you will put? 2.5 gram of bleaching powder for 1000 liter of water. What else are they saying? If let us say the first cup itself is blue, then you will say 2 gram bleaching powder for 455 liter of water, correct? So if the first cup is blue, then you actually put 2 gram bleaching powder for 455 liter of water. Here they are saying 2 gram bleaching powder for 1000 liter of water. So this is very much less compared to this one, right? So if first cup is blue, actually for 1000 liter of water you will put around 4 gram. But here they are saying 2.5 gram is enough. Interesting. Okay, so if horrocks apparatus is not there, then you can do 2.5 gram of bleaching powder for 1000 liter of water. Now let us say one more thing here, that if it is it's not a well, but it is more like a what do you say, length into breadth into height. You can have that kind of formula also, where you have a tank kind of thing. So you'll have length into breadth into height. Okay, so this formula also you remember. Either it can be a well which is circular, right, or it can be a tank, okay, which can be cuboidal, right? So for that you will use length into breadth into height. Okay, so this could be the other option in your water problems. They can give you something in which you'll have to use this formula. Other than all this, they can ask questions like, if horrocks apparatus is not there, what will you do? Which is the indicator? So freshly prepared starch iodine, guys, is the indicator. Okay. So they can also ask this type of question for a swimming pool. Okay. So if they ask swimming pool, you will use this type of formula only. Okay. So volume of well means, let us say well is always this kind of circular. So if they ask volume of anything else like swimming pool, you can use length into breadth into height. Okay. So to get the volume into 1000. So if they ask for swimming pool, what separate you will do? So for swimming pool, you can say that for swimming pool, what are the steps for sanitation? People suffering from skin diseases, sore-eyed, nasal or ear discharge, upper respiratory tract infection, GI infections, any communicable disease, these people should not be allowed to swim. Swimmers are instructed to empty their bladder and bowel and also take a bath before entering, shower bath before entering the pool. They should not spit, they should not blow their nose or urinate or defecate in the pool. Also guys, the surrounding of the pool should be clean and maintained well. The pool should be cleaned once in 15 days they are saying. I wonder if that's enough. Okay, that is what they say here. Pool should be cleaned often, let's say. Water is changed frequently. There should be continuous purification. So frequently you should test for contamination also. Okay. So you should provide every swimmer 25 square feet area. So how much area you will provide? 25 square feet area per swimmer. I think that's really generous of them. I haven't seen this much of space per swimmer. Okay. Guys, now in water problems, yet another situation that can be given to you will be some kind of a mela. Mela or a fair is happening. So there is going to be, it is going to be held at a river bank. Okay. So a lot of people will dip in the river and take a bath, right? So you have to disinfect the river. So they will ask you, how do you disinfect this river water? How will you confirm that you have disinfected it also? So basically in this case, what you will do, you will check the volume of the outflow of water. You will estimate the volume. It's just an estimation of the volume of the outflow of water. Then you will do the bleaching powder calculation. So basically you will give, roughly if you want to put, you will put 2.5 gram of bleaching powder for 1000 liter of water. That is nothing but 2.5 milligram per liter of water. Okay, here we are usually talking about 1000 liters of water. 1000 liters how much? Let us say one syntax tank on your house you will have on top. That will be how much? 1000 liter. So something like this will be 1000 liters. Okay. Okay. So how will you actually disinfect the river? So that is what we are saying here. Here they are telling empirically only you can do. Because they have not mentioned horrocks apparatus, you can use that also. So you will calculate the volume. Then you will roughly calculate the amount of bleaching powder required. Okay. Now the amount of bleaching powder required that you will take and you will mix it with sand. Okay. You will mix it with sand. So you are mixing bleaching powder that is required with sand. Okay. And then you're putting them in this kind of cloth bag. or gunny bag, and these bags you will immerse in places where there is, the stream is sluggish. Like wherever there are some rocks and all here, no? Let us say upstream, here there are some rocks, let us say few rocks. So you will put these bags between these rocks, okay? So wherever the stream is little sluggish, higher up in the course of stream, the water is flowing like this means, in the higher up of the stream you will put this, okay? So wherever there is concentration of pollution, right? So don't put it in the center of the river. Put it by the bank so that this water itself is impure, right? So that will get purified, okay? So you should allow contact period of 1 hour. Then what will you do? You want to estimate the residual chlorine, right? You want to check the residual chlorine. They are asking, how will you confirm satisfactory disinfection? To confirm satisfactory disinfection, you will do the orthotoluidine arsenite test. So you have already seen that here in horrock's apparatus video. So if you remember, so we saw here. So at the end you will do an orthotoluidine test, right? Orthotoluidine arsenite test they are calling it as. So you will check the residual chlorine, right? Orthotoluidine arsenite test they are saying it is. And here what exactly you do? So basically the free residual chlorine should it can be 0.5 milligram per liter, okay? So after the meeting the chlorine demand, some free residual chlorine also can be there. It should be around 0.5 milligram per liter, okay? They are saying minimum should be this much. So more than that is good only, right? Minimum this much if it's there, 0.5 milligram per liter, okay? So what is this orthotoluidine arsenite test? Let's look at that also. Basically, if it becomes yellow after adding this, then there is free chlorine is present. And if yellow and orange, that means free and combined chlorine is present, okay? So here the indicator will be for you orange, yellow like that, okay? Because yet another catch is there here. If they are saying this rough bleaching powder, if there's an epidemic, you should use more bleaching powder. So if there's an epidemic in that area, use 5 gram per 1000 liter, okay? And if viruses, cyclops, etc. are there, you will have to use 10 gram per 1000 liter. So if there is virus or cysts or cyclops, so remember 10 gram per 1000 liter. So if there is diarrhea incidence in some place, then what will you give? You will put 5 gram per 1000 liter. If you are suspecting that there are cysts, cyclops or virus, you can put this much, okay? How actually you will check the water, guys? So basically you will have to take samples of this water and send for analysis, okay? So there you will use all this Winchester quart bottle, sterile McCartney bottle. So many types of bottle you will use. You will tie a string to its neck and collect the water from where? You will collect the water from the, you should take 2 meters from the shore you should collect, okay? If you are checking tap water, then the tap should be in use, remember, and you should collect the sample after letting off the water run for 2 minutes. Only after that, water is coming in, after leaving the water for 2 minutes, that water you should collect, okay? And immediately you should send this water for testing. One more scenario they'll ask you is, if in horrock's apparatus, right, none of these show blue color, then what will you do? So what you have done here, you added 1 spoon, 2 spoon, 3 spoon, 4 spoon, 5 spoon, right, 6 spoon. Like this you have added, and then you have added starch added. None of them showed blue color. Now what you do, you discard all these 6 and continue. So this blue cup you should not throw. And then what you do, you put 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spoons from this black cup, okay? So now let us say, so the chlorine demand here is much higher, so you need more bleaching powder. Now let us say in this, the 4th cup will show blue color. 4th cup means you need 10 spoons or 20 gram of bleaching powder to disinfect 455 liter of water. Did you understand this? It's not difficult, right? So if you don't get blue color at all, then what to do? Then you just continue the same thing. Discard the first 6 cups of content and then just start again with fresh cups and continue as like thinking that it is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th cup, and then you will add the starch iodide indicator, right? Similar thing only you will do. So you have taken the water sample in this, added the 7 spoons here, 8 spoons here, 9 spoons here, 10 spoons here, 11 spoons here, 12 spoons here, then you added starch iodide. That will be that blue color. Starch iodide you are adding, and then you will see whether the blue color appears or not. Okay. So this is if none of the first 6 cups show blue color, then you can continue like this only. But remember, that is why when we did Horrock's apparatus, they told you that the water should be clear. Water should be clear and free from turbidity. Okay. So this is important. Why do you think there will be turbidity? Turbidity usually will be presence of inorganic particulate matter. Okay. Why can't it be organic? Not sure. So this much is enough for water questions based on Horrock's apparatus if they ask. This much is enough actually. Okay. So water problems based on Horrock's apparatus, this much information is enough. There are a lot of other things about water purification, the content of water and all that. We will look at them in separate videos. Okay. Bye bye for now.